You know, sometimes the key to happiness isn't a fancy car, a loving family, reliable friends, etc. Those things are great, don't get me wrong, just harder to obtain in one's lifespan. You can't just walk outside and go to an establishment and pay them $50 for a loving, lifelong partner. Well, technically you can do that, just minus the loving, lifelong partner tag, and replace it with a 1 hour long handy-mandy jerk session and some new sores in your mouth to accompany it. But you know what you can do for 50-ish some dollars that will actually make you happy and more confident, that won't involve you getting a syphilis shot? Getting a haircut. Now, I'm not saying that getting a haircut is going to solve all your problems and make your parents proud of you. Contrary to what the title of this video says, getting a haircut isn't all of a sudden going to make you this uber successful person who attracts the cutest girls and the hottest dudes. But psychologically, it does something to you. Don't know the correct terms because I stopped pursuing my psych degree years ago because my college was low-key robbing me, but it does change you temporarily. I feel like most men, hopefully, maybe not hopefully because this isn't a good thing, but I hope I'm not alone in this, have gone through that phase in their life, maybe even hundreds of times, in which they do nothing pretty much for an extended period of time. They don't get a haircut in months, don't clean their rooms ever, showers become a rarity, you start talking less to the people close to you if you have anyone close to you. Everything starts to become boring to you as you try to find anything to distract yourself from your self-sabotage. I think the correct term for this is depression, but since I've never been diagnosed with it from my professional, and we as men are supposed to pretend it doesn't exist, I'm going to say that's just called going through a rough patch in your life. In all seriousness, I've been through that routine a few times, a few dozen times, of just being an absolute bum, in which you do nothing and neglect yourself but never ask anyone for help because you don't want to be a burden to anyone, that you need to improve your situation and you know how to do it, but you just can't do it for whatever reason. And what has always gotten me out of that circle jerk of self-hatred has been getting a haircut. Now, I'm not saying that getting a haircut is the cure for male loneliness and depression, besides thugging it out. You should probably touch some grass, go to therapy, subscribe to my channel.
In the film.
Oh, God.
Just like that. That was, I believe that.
If you want to fix that. But it does do something to you. It's like that feeling you get when all of a sudden you get the urge to improve your life at 3 a.m. and you start doing push-ups in your bedroom while just in your underwear. And then your mom opens your door and asks what you're doing, and you lie to her because you're so embarrassed to try to improve your life, and you say you're sleeping on the ground, even though you look like a pubescent caveman who's drinking water from a river, based on a true story. Whenever I get a haircut, especially after a long time, it instantly makes me happier and more confident. Usually the same thing, a mid bald taper fade with a little bit off the top lined up all the way around. If you have no clue what I just said, and it sounded like Drew Brees recalling it playing the huddle, just know I asked for something like this. Now, for a lot of people, their haircut looks better after a few days of marination, after it sets in and grows a little bit because your barber evidently took too much off the top. But for me, my hair looks the best right when the cut is finished, mainly because my hair will have product in it that I wouldn't use normally. Now all of a sudden, I'm going to Target, walking around the whole store, visiting aisles I never knew existed, letting my curls flow throughout the store, loitering in the essential oils section, hoping to be noticed and approached by some beautiful women who are into moon crystals and tarot cards. That has never happened, unfortunately. Obviously, getting a haircut didn't all of a sudden make me a changed man, right? It just made me more confident, temporarily. Because at the end of the day, just because I cut some hair off my head doesn't really change who I am and who I was. Maybe it did give me that motivation to clean my room, shave, take a shower, go for a walk outside, go to the gym. But that really didn't fix the core issue. An issue that will make me repeat that same depressive cycle all over again. That I wasn't happy with my life. And happiness might not be the correct term because that will always fluctuate. And just pursuing happiness might just lead you down a road of unhappiness as you try to catch that fleeting feeling. But more in a sense that I'm not content in my life. I'm not satisfied in my life. I think that's the main issue for me. And a lot of people in life. Maybe even you who's watching this video. That you wish you were better. that you are doing more things to improve your life, but they seem so unobtainable in your current point of life. Which kind of leads back to my main point of this video, revolving around getting a haircut. Obviously, like I mentioned, getting a haircut won't make you all of a sudden this man you were always meant to be. It won't make you grow 3 inches in height or below the waist. It won't make you more confident around the ladies. It's not going to give you your dream job, but it's a small step in the right direction of improvement. When it comes to making progress in life, it's all about consistency and moving forward. As long as your trajectory keeps on going up, even if there's dips and curves like the American stock market, as long as you move forward, and I'm gonna sound like a popular Fortnite streamer here, but never give up. That's all that matters. That's what getting a haircut can do for you, a small step in the right direction. Overall, it's kind of hard to make progress in your life when you don't think you're making any, especially if you're stagnant in a lot of areas in your life. You're not really getting any stronger in the gym, or not even going to the gym. You can't find a job that pays more. You're no closer to finding a romantic partner than you were a year ago. And of course, social media makes everything worse, because you see people doing better than you. People younger than you are doing these amazing things, while you yourself is still trying to figure out how to do algebra still. Bro, you're 22 and the alphabet is complicating your math. Maybe that part is a me thing, because I am absolutely horrid in math. But the final thing I want to say is that if you're someone going through that cycle I mentioned in the beginning of this video of self-sabotage, in which you're doing nothing and letting yourself go, get that haircut, leave your room, touch some grass, go to the park and walk around, listen to music or a podcast. Just exist outside your dirty room. That is all. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and adios.